Welcome to English Total Grammar Lessons. Chapter 10. Comparatives. Today we're going to be talking about a different aspect of English grammar. This time we're going to cover comparative adjectives. And we're going to start by talking about their use in conversation. Let's begin. You can use comparative adjectives to compare things in general. Here is one example.
This solution is easier.
Yes, but it's also more expensive.
True.
As always, let's start by having a look at the structure for comparative adjectives, shall we? The first thing that you need to know is that there are 3 rules that you need to learn in order to use comparative adjectives correctly when you speak. The first rule applies to one-syllable adjectives like short. In order to form the comparative, you need to add er to the adjective. So short becomes shorter. Another aspect of the first rule applies to adjectives, which end in one vowel followed by a consonant, such as big. In this case, to form the comparative, you need to double the final consonant and add er to the adjective. So big becomes bigger. The second rule applies to adjectives that end in the letter y, like busy. To form the comparative, you need to drop the y and then add ier. So busy becomes busier. Rule number 3 applies to adjectives which are 2 or more syllables, like relaxed. To form the comparative, you simply place more before the adjective. So relaxed becomes more relaxed. Bear in mind that if you're comparing 2 things, you'll often need to use the word than. Here are 2 examples.
My brother is older than me.
It's more dangerous to ride a bike than to drive a car.
As you can see, the rules are not difficult, but it takes time and practice to learn to use them. Let's take a moment to talk about irregular adjectives. Yes, the exceptions to the rule. Fortunately, in English there aren't many irregular adjectives, and here are the most common. The first one is good, and the comparative form is better. The second one is bad, and the comparative form is worse. The last case is far, which has 2 comparative forms, farther and further. Here are some examples.
Swimming is better than running for cardio. In winter, traffic is worse than in summer.
Great! Finally, let's have a quick look at another type of comparative structure. This type of comparative starts with the word as, followed by an adjective, followed again by the word as. You can use this structure when 2 things are the same. For instance,
Games are as cool as going out.
you can also use it when 2 things are not the same.
Running is not as good as swimming.
This type of comparison is quite useful, as you can see. As you have learned today, you can use comparative adjectives to compare things in general. To say that speaking in public is harder for some people, for example. You can also use other structures to say that one thing is the same as another one, or not. To say that pizza is not as healthy as a salad, for instance. So now you have another tool to use in conversation. In our next video, we are going to cover the use of superlative adjectives. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We upload new lessons regularly. Thanks for watching. See you next time. This is the end of Chapter 10.